Is Yuji Itadori now the strongest? Well, maybe not yet though. Probably not the strongest of this era, as Dabura seems to be the #1 contender for that. But from what we are seeing in JJK Modulo 20, Yuji might finally have reached Gojo and Sukuna level. Well, probably just relative to them and not just equal. As Yuji is a character who never really got the main protagonist love, with people like Yuta, Maki and even Akari still being considered far above him in power, even in JJK Part 1. Especially Yuta Okotsu, even though people make fun of him all the time. Unlike the traditional final fight where the main MC gains a power up relative to the final villain, Yuji even at the end of the series is significantly weaker than Sukuna and fights Sukuna with the help of the old verse. And the only time he's equal or highly relative to Sukuna physically is after Sukuna is extremely weakened and on his last legs. And he still only wins the fight because of Megumi. But now in Modulo, Yuji might have feats that put him relative to the likes of Sukuna and Gojo. In Yuji's first proper introduction in chapter 19 of Modulo, we see him take down and disarm a whole building filled with jujutsu sorcerers and the Sumerians. Taking this much sorcerers from different clans and different race is only something we really see from Sukuna, where he takes on an army of the sun, moon and 5 empty general squads. And I know these sorcerers that Sukuna fights are from the Heian era, the literal golden age of jujutsu, which means they are significantly stronger than the ones we see from Modulo, especially due to Modulo sorcerers being very weak on an average. But you still have to put in mind that Yuji is holding back and doesn't want to kill anybody, and he's just casually taking all of them down. In fact, he felt like he might have overdid it. And now in chapter 20, we're supposedly seeing Yuji using a black flash at will, which is something not even the likes of Gojo nor Sukuna could do, which is genuinely just insanity, especially when you think about the fact that Gojo had the 6 eyes, which allows him to see cause energy on supposedly an atomic level, and also gave him a very good understanding of it. And the final feat that's making everyone say Yuji might have surpassed Gojo and Sukuna is this large house dismantle that causes this big ass explosion, which just looks bigger than Gojo's maximum purple and Sukuna's Fuga. But at face value, you might think this is more impressive than those 2 feats. Sure, Yuji's dismantle or word cutting slash, as some people are saying this is a word cutting slash from the translations, does create this giant ass explosion, but it is more of a chain reaction feat. As we know, killing causes them to explode. We see this when Maki kills a couple of causes in the calling games. So killing this massive amount of causes is what is causing this explosion, not necessarily Yuji's dismantle's raw output. But Yuji has definitely surpassed Sukuna when it comes to the range of his dismantle, as we've never seen any dismantle coming from Sukuna cover a range this large. Even with his domain expansion, he can only cover like about 150 meters. So from what we've seen so far, Yuji definitely seems to likely have some relativity to Sukuna level threats. As if we're even adding supplementary information, it is heavily implied that Yuji could have taken on pre-awakened Dabura, which means Yuji is definitely relative to someone like Mahuraga or nuclear weapons at the very least. But yeah, a lot of stuff happens in this chapter and I might cover the entire chapter, but I just wanted to just quickly drop this video because I've been thinking about Yuji power a lot and this chapter really reinforces a whole lot of things that I suspected. Yeah, thanks for watching and peace out.